Hey guys, this is I've been working with Rachel and we've been exchanging emails and discussing about what would it be our new projections for the goals that we are developing on our document about Lexington. So our approach, I think, would be like I could explain our approach in this way. We're going to move people from this type of vehicles to public transit, and some of them are going to hybrid vehicles because I think motorcycles, freight, and school buses we can leave them we can leave their growth according to the growth rate about that we chose for population. So when we came back to this worksheet of population projection, I think it's on the, you will see this, but if you look on the right on the where the red line is, this is the new part. So I I set some conversion factor for desired occupancy, and I start to iterate my selection about, or my my desired number. So I put a 20 and 20 persons per bus, and according to this number the conversion factor would be 5. If you notice on Rachel's workbook she used 1.6, but we are discussing this, and we've been thinking that maybe 1.6 is too much. It's like an occupancy of 60 persons per bus, and for a city with the characteristics of Lexington maybe it's not too realistic. Well, once that I have this occupancy calculator, you can modify for each one of the vehicle types. So it's that I will post this file on the drive, and you can check it out. So after I this is number of vehicles projected year per year under this growth rate. So we can modify, even though, yeah, likewise we can modify all per each year the growth rate. And this is the number of, like, possible, as I say here, like possible transit riders, that are the people according to this occupancy level that is going to represent this number of lighter vehicles. And I did this relative number of passengers, so we can figure out that according to this growth rate and this occupancy desire, we are like adding 100 of people in 2011, 101 people in 2012, so we can see how much people is moving through transit. And additionally, the number of buses that these people represent. So 100 people will represent 374 buses, new buses from Lexington. And likewise, I did it for SUVs and for pickup. So I make this kind of resume, like, yeah, like a compilation table, and disable this number of buses according to these characteristics. I put it here, but I can implement like a percentage of reductions for each year of which number of buses, or how many buses are going to migrate to transit, and the number of the total reduction of buses. So I can set 10 or 5%, and it will be reflected on the final number of buses. And I can do I did also a percentage of number of buses switching to hybrid cars. So in and to summarize, I put it everything, the number of light duty SUVs and pickups on buses, and with these percentages you can select the number of whatever buses represent light vehicles becoming on real transit buses. So I did it for the three types of vehicles, and at the end I will, if I converted here into buses and I then converted whatever numbers I got with my percentage of reduction selected for each of these years, whatever actions we suggest on our project, I reconverted it on light vehicles, light duty vehicles. So I will take it's like doing the opposite process again here to put it on light duty vehicles. And I did the same. And the number of cars of buses represents a number of cars. So here we can see like four buses, four four light duty vehicle buses on the light duty vehicles category will represent like 74 hybrid vehicles. So I did the same for each one of these, and then I put it like on this table. The number of hybrid projected for this growth rate, and the units added from light duty vehicles, SUVs, and pickups. So we got like a new number of hybrids, and same thing for transit. I project transit to 2030, and I add the numbers for each one of the categories that are we going to move for make our reductions or CO2 reductions. And then I did a small macro. When you put, if you, if you do the macro, it's going to paste all these values on this table, and then it's going to paste those values here. And in that way, we are going to have like a new projection of reduction, and we can control the whole thing from here, deciding which are going to be our reduction strategy of light duty vehicles and or of the types of vehicles that we are going to assess. So I think this is this is all that I did. I hope that it will be clear, but maybe not, but at least I tried to explain it. So I think that's all.